What is up, everybody? This is JP coming at you from Self-Made Training Facility in San Marcos, California. If you guys want in-person training or online training, please head over to jpfitnesspro.com. That's the easiest way to contact me. I'm coming at you guys with the second video today. I don't know if I'm going to be uploading it on the same day, but this video was done with the antagonist paired set video literally right after, so I did them back to back. Today's video is going to be about a simple form of progression that you can utilize if you're someone who goes to the gym and doesn't really have a form of progression implemented right now. I wouldn't necessarily call this like a beginner tip, but typically this tip will help beginners a lot more, because if you're an advanced athlete or you're working with a trainer who knows what they're doing, you're probably going to have a form of progression already implemented into your program. But if you're one of those people that goes into the gym and you kind of pick what you do that day and you just do random stuff, and it's not random for the sake of a form of auto-regulation, if it's just random, just randomly, you just pick exercises. You're like, oh, today I'll do this. Today I feel like going heavy. And you have no real form of progression, a way to progressively overload yourself, or just to be able to accumulate volume over time, more volume over time. This should definitely help you. So this tip that I'm about to give you is best used with higher repetition work. I would strongly not recommend you do this for strength-based work. So if your goal is strength and you want to get stronger, you like seeing increased numbers, I do not recommend this this as a primary driver for you to get stronger. Now, if you have a part of your program focus on hypertrophy, because again, the main three factors that affect strength are nervous system adaptation, skill acquisition, and then how much muscle you have, then that's different. If you implement this tip into your the hypertrophy part of your program, that's fine. But if you're using this the main way to get strong, I don't think that this is a very good way to do that. So again, save this for hypertrophy work or muscular endurance work or something like that. So the tip is essentially to use time as your sets instead of repetitions. And I'm not saying you shouldn't count your repetitions, but I'm saying instead of having a rep range, have a time. So, or you can even use this as sets as well. So what I would do is pick a weight that you can maybe do around 10 times that you get relatively close to failure. So pick a weight that when you do it for 10 times, you're within 2 to 3 reps of failure. If you can do way more than 13 reps with the weight, don't pick it. So I guess the easier way to say this is pick a weight that is around your 13 repetition maximum, somewhere around there. Now, what you're going to do, or it could even be higher than that if you want. I'm just giving you guys an example of something that you can do. If you want higher repetition work, pick something that's like your 30 rep max and work with that. Now, what you're going to do is don't count sets. You're not going to do that. You're just going to go by time. So, for example, you could set your clock to 3 minutes and have it count down or count up. And then when it gets to 0, your alarm goes off. So I have maybe like a 3-minute alarm. What you're going to do is you're going to try to get in as many reps as possible in that 3 minutes. Now, if you're working with really light weights, I recommend you go to failure every single time you try. So what you do is we're going to use a lat pull down for this example. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab the bar, you're going to come down, and you're going to do as many repetitions as you can. Just rep them out. And then keep doing it until you can't do any more. You pull, 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 pull. And then go until you can't do any more, or essentially just go to failure. If you're working with really light weights, if you're working with something around like your 13 rep max, there you don't have to go to failure, but I'd still recommend getting close to failure. So if you're going light weights, very light weights, I recommend that you go to failure on every single time you touch the bar. If you're working with a little bit heavier weights, then a good rule of thumb is just get within 3 reps of failure and you can stop. Now your goal is to get as many reps as you can in that 3 minutes, and that's it. Now that'll be for the first week. And that's just one exercise. You could have a vertical pulling exercise, and then you could have a horizontal pulling exercise. That's the simple way you can structure it for that day one. That'll be one back day of that week. Now the next week, what you can do is instead of doing 3 minutes, what you can do is do 4 minutes. So see how many reps you can get in 4 minutes. Keep the weight the same. And then the third week, you can do the same thing except go to 5 minutes. So this is an intelligent way to increase volume over time. If you're keeping the weight the same and you're eating properly and you're sleeping properly, then essentially you're just getting more and more volume week to week. Now week 4, you just take a deload. So stop your sets further away from failure, and then just go to 1.5 minutes. So that's half of the first week that you did the 3 minutes. So that week is going to be really easy. You're stopping further away from failure, and at the same time, you're doing a lot less volume. That's going to help you recover. Now, when you restart back to week 1, what I recommend you do is increase the load slightly. So whatever weight you're using, I had it on 100 pounds right now. Maybe go to 110. That's it. And repeat, rinse and repeat, just repeat the process. Now, again, I would set this up completely differently, and I would change a lot of little variables depending on who I'd be training if I was doing this with one of my clients. So again, if you're working with a trainer and you want to do this, let your trainer kind of structure it for you. Or you yourself, if you're writing your own program, you might need to structure this specifically for you. But again, this is an easy form of progression that if you don't have one in place, you can use that right now. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.